Get the fuck out, bro.
And you have
But
to
she
let her finish her
overtalked.
thought.
Shut the fuck up. I'm on Henny right now. Don't test me.
Worker. Okay. Yeah, no problem. This is what they do to black women.
It's funny, she was talking all that shit. She was getting her ass whooped, and then I came in and saved her life. It was hilarious.
We've all seen the routine on Fresh and Fit when Myron brutally kicks women out of the studio. But my question is, how many of them knew exactly what they were walking into? When I asked one of Fresh and Fit's recruiters about this directly, she was emphatic that every single woman they invited onto the show knew exactly what they were signing up for. But after reviewing the messages in this case, I'm not so sure. Now, to be clear, I'm not claiming that every woman you see on the Fresh and Fit podcast is recruited onto the show deceptively, but after speaking to the woman involved in this insane altercation with Myron in November 2024, reviewing her communications with recruiters and comparing those messages with what we have heard from Fresh and Fit staff, I think this raises massive alarm bells when it comes to how the Fresh and Fit podcast are recruiting women into situations like this. How differently do we look at the Fresh and Fit podcast if it turns out people are being invited into this insanely confrontational, extreme show without fully understanding what they're walking into? In this video, I have the most extreme of examples to look at. I spoke with Mel, the woman you may remember from this fight in the Fresh and Fit studio.
Holy shit, man. Yo, you gotta chill, man.
Who Myron had to be held back from as he got up in her face as he was kicking her out of the studio. Mel had posted on Twitter that she was lured into the Fresh and Fit podcast and was never told that the invitation was for Fresh and Fit. So I reached out to her and asked if she had proof of this, and it turns out she still has the DMs, which she sent me a screen recording of. The messages begin with Mel responding to an advertisement on Threads, looking for women to appear on a podcast panel. What kind of ad did you see on Threads that you
It
responded?
didn't say anything about Fresh and Fit. It just said celebrity podcast. We need girls for a panel, and it was paid, and it was in Miami at a certain time, and I responded to it. The same night when the entire video went viral, Detox deleted the thread he deleted the post on Threads, so I couldn't tell you verbatim what it said. He already knew it was going to blow up like this in his face.
She was then told there was a huge opportunity to appear alongside Safari, Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend.
So I'm like, ooh, this may be the perfect opportunity for me to promote the song that I just recorded a couple days ago. Literally, I had just recorded a song.
From here, she was instructed to message Fresh and Fit producer Aaron Pogson, who goes by Chris on the show.
I sent them a DM. They responded to me. They said, okay, we'll hit you back. We'll let you know the time. Never hit me up for the Safari podcast. They hit me up the next night, though.
At this point, Mel is given the address, arrival time, studio rules, parking instructions, and directions to be let into the building. And after reviewing the entire screen recording of this conversation myself, something immediately stood out. At no point in any of these conversations is the podcast identified as Fresh and Fit. No mention of Myron Gaines, no mention of the insanely confrontational format, and no indication that she was about to walk into this kind of environment.
Man, you know what? Get the fuck out the house. Oh, no, I'm not.
If they would have told me I'm going on Fresh and Fit podcast, they know I was going to be in the car in my Uber on the way from my hotel. I would have been looking them up and I would have seen Asian Doll's name. Anybody's name will come up attached. If they would have told me that, they know that I either would or would not have come, and my reactions would have been different. If I would have been able to look them up and I had more information, I still would have possibly gone on. I just would have played my part differently.
At the time, one of the women who was recruiting guests for Fresh and Fit After Hours was Icy. On Twitter, when I posted a clip of Icy's appearance in Louis Theroux's Manosphere documentary, Icy responded, and I saw this as an opportunity to ask her whether she was aware of women being recruited to Fresh and Fit without being properly told what the podcast was or what they were getting in for. Icy was adamant that my sources were wrong and that everyone was well aware of what they were walking into on Fresh and Fit After Hours, whether she or someone else recruited them. But after reviewing the DMs in Mel's case, it is hard to see how that explanation lines up with the evidence. Again, the recruiters never mentioned Fresh and Fit to Mel, never mentioned Myron Gaines, and never mentioned the confrontational format. And while Mel's example is the clearest one I've got so far, she is not the only woman who has told me that she felt misled by a Fresh and Fit recruiter. In this separate DM exchange involving a woman who wishes to remain anonymous, this time the recruiter does identify the show as Fresh and Fit, but when asked for more information about what the podcast actually consists of, it was described simply as a discussion about dating and relationships. This woman told me she knew who Fresh and Fit were, and she was testing them to see if they would be honest about what the podcast was like, but no mention of the confrontational format, no mention of women being regularly insulted and kicked off the show, and nothing to indicate the kind of environment that viewers have regularly seen on Fresh and Fit After Hours. It's worth taking a closer look at the environment of Fresh and Fit After Hours if some women are being invited onto the show without being made aware of what they are in for. Alcohol appears to be a major part of the environment before they start recording.
Were they just supplying drinks to everyone, I guess?
Honestly, they were giving drinks.
When Louis Theroux spoke to Icy, she seemed to confirm that this has been the case.
Sometimes we get into fights here before when we used to serve alcohol, and those nights weren't really pretty when the girls got into their emotions.
There have been reports of Fresh and Fit providing alcohol to women under the legal drinking age of 21. Mel says that one girl who was on the panel with her, who was only 18, had been given alcohol.
And it didn't register to me as to like how the energy in the questions and the cast was going to possibly go until they were giving the Jewish girl more drinks. And she's the one that was 18. That's the funny part. The girl who was arguing with me, the girl with the jet black hair with the blue eyes, that's the girl who was 18 supposedly.
Am I giving her alcohol?
Yeah.
One woman in particular who was on the panel with Mel appeared to have been drinking heavily, corroborating Mel's testimony that alcohol was a major part of the preparation for the women on Fresh and Fit After Hours.
Hey, I'm gonna use
but
the bathroom.
other
I'll
thing
be back.
Again? What the fuck?
Look, I'm drinking.
The other thing that somebody...
Do you have something that you want to say?
I just wanted a shot. Like, that's all I wanted. I'm vibing and I'm just watching y'all talk and I'm just here.
All right,
so I don't
fine.
see
You
why
want a shot? You want a shot? Wait. You good? What you want?
Whatever they got. They got tequila,
Literally,
18.
just what they said.
When Fresh and Fit debated Ethan Klein in 2024, they were confronted about giving women, especially those under 21, alcohol before filming Fresh and Fit After Hours. Their response was really something.
You guys give a lot of under 21 girls alcohol in your studio.
My name is Zoe.
Oh, come on, and they lie about their
18 years old.
She's
when
18.
I see guys that are single.
Here they are, 18. Myron's liquor bottles in the middle.
Shanti, I'm 18 years old.
So Shanti's 18. Here she is drinking at Cinco de Drunko party in the
Cheers
back.
to number one. Some girls lie and say I'm 21, and we
She
didn't
said
know
she's
that
18 in front of you.
The second one, if we know that they're not 21, we put water in their cups and we do the Instagram story anyway.
I know. How did I know that you were going to say they're drinking water?
Put water in their cups because it's an Instagram story.
I think it's such a great idea for you guys to pretend like they're drinking. Minors are drinking. I can see how that benefits you so much. But it's not just once. It's many times. So here she is 18. You guys, there's alcohol at the table, and you guys gave her a fake alcohol cup with water so that it didn't look awkward.
Yeah. Are you telling me that you never drank alcohol when you were underage, Ethan?
It's not the minor's responsibility. You're 34. Drinking with 18-year-olds is just pathetic and weird.
bro.
Yeah, and you guys don't drink. Makes it even weirder.
The underage girls drink water, and then the girls that are of age, they want to drink when they show up. And then the girls that are older, we'll give them 1 or 2 at the most because we don't want them getting fucked up and they're of age. What's the problem with that?
I've seen lots of drunk girls in your studio, man.
Don't give them more than 2 to 3 at the absolute most.
Here they
Now that we've established, based on testimony and video footage, that alcohol is used to prepare the women for Fresh and Fit after hours, it's time for us to have a look at what happened on the episode of the podcast where Mel was featured, which led to things becoming violent and aggressive. It's worth reiterating that Mel was not informed that the invitation was for the Fresh and Fit podcast, or what the extreme nature of the podcast was, and she had never heard of Fresh and Fit or Myron Gaines, something she also made clear during the filming of the podcast.
This is a factually based podcast. Like, we do political commentary on here all the time.
I've never watched your podcast. The first time I heard of it was when I got the chance to come on here, so I wasn't
telling her to squash it.
I understand that.
It quickly became apparent to Mel and any of the other women who weren't already aware that this was not your typical podcast.
Could you imagine if it was an all-black White House? Niggas be coming in there, fucking
what's up,
stomp
my
the
nigga?
artist shit, like, yeah.
What's up, my nigga?
Come on, man. Niggas be in Congress, playing rap music. Come on, you serious? Trying to pass bills?
Henny and Coke, nigga.
Yeah.
Watermelon chicken.
Come on, yeah. We don't go to Africa and say, hey, let's move a bunch of white niggas here and not season our chicken.
Well,
like,
they kind of did.
Come on.
Well, they kind of did.
One thing that inevitably happens on Fresh and Fit After Hours that you can expect when you get a ridiculous amount of mostly very young women into a podcast studio and liquor them up before the show is that they are often talking over the top of one another. Some would say this is done by design to give Myron an excuse to yell at the women and kick them out of the studio to create viral clips.
And these people want to be.
Who's
She want to
looking
be.
at you crazy? I'm just monitoring. I'm just looking at what's
said
going on.
nothing. Like that's
Bitch, I'm reading the room, and y'all want me to sit here and act like I'm putting on face, bitch.
About the whole race
This is
thing.
Mel Music, aka
Well,
Nia
I will
McKenzie.
say-
The name means purpose.
Things quickly began to escalate as Fresh and Fit producer Chris, after getting some looks from Myron, started screaming at and even threatening Mel for interrupting others on the panel. When we look at this footage, keep in mind that Chris was directly involved in recruiting Mel onto Fresh and Fit after hours under false pretenses, without it ever being communicated to her what she was walking into.
Right.
I'm never the victim, baby.
That's what you were saying.
I'm a star.
We're checking for
I
a
just feel
country.
like the world should actually educate
Stop
themselves.
talking over people, right? Oh my God, yes you are. The whole show you've been doing that shit, man. Relax, man.
Yeah, you have a very bad habit of over-talking and interjecting. You have
But
to let
she
her finish her
over-talks.
thought.
Shut the fuck up.
Bro.
Simple as that, all right? We heard your voice. It's our podcast. The host tell you shut the fuck up, all right? I'm on Henny right now. Don't test me. Hey, listen, your point will be stronger if you let the girls talk when they're finished, all right?
Okay.
Because, wait, shut the fuck up. Even if you're wrong, let the girls finish. Don't try to strongman the girls because you're not that strong, all right?
Nobody's trying to strongman
Yes, you
anybody.
was.
Y'all are
Shut
trying to
the fuck up when I'm
strongman
talking,
me.
all right? I will kick you the fuck off, breaking the fourth wall. If Myron has tons of patience for you, all right? Oh, what? Do it again. Stare at me different. Come on, man. I ain't scared of you. Get the fuck out if you got an issue with the podcast.
Shortly after, Myron kicked her out of the studio, started hurling insults at her, and aggressively got up in her face.
I can say that you're
You
a
can't
stupid
play
fucking
me.
bitch, and you've been extremely rude, and I can elevate it.
And I can call you a stupid little
Isn't it
motherfucker
annoying?
who's fucking on
Isn't
a
it
black
annoying?
woman who thinks she's white and is gonna make hate her kids as well
Listen.
because you're a fucking demon.
Listen.
Since you want to go to
Listen.
war with
You
the fucking
bitch.
bitch. You want to go to war with the warriors.
Get the fuck out
No
of
problem.
Get the fuck out of here, you fat bitch. Because I can match energy with you. Yeah, you are. You're easily
Hey, you're
180
ugly as
plus
fuck,
pounds.
man. You're the
Get the fuck
ugliest
up outta
girl.
here.
Hey,
Get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck
I have
up out of here.
screenshots
Get
of
the
me
fuck up outta here.
saying she's ugly as fuck, man. You know what?
Get the fuck out the house. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to tell you that you're an ugly bitch. You look like shit.
Thank you.
You
Your mom does too. And everything you're saying to me will
you.
bounce off of me and sit right back
you.
to you.
Hey,
And that bitch that
whore.
you're fucking on.
Hey,
ugly ass
You
smell like onions.
You
You
gave me
smell
all
like
your
onions.
money, nigga.
Yep.
I declare not to
Oh,
do that.
yeah,
This show
declare-
is gonna be in the
no,
fucking ditch.
Yeah,
Just
do
like
it.
you and
Do
your
it.
bitch.
Do
How about that?
it. Do it. Do it. Get the fuck out of here. This is Florida.
This other angle clearly shows that Myron had to be physically restrained from this woman, absolutely unhinged.
Everything you're saying to me will bounce off of me and sit right back to you.
And that bitch that you fucking on. Thank you. You just transferred your energy and gave me all your money, nigga. I declare and I decree that. This show is gonna be in the fucking ditch. Just like you and your bitch. How about that one?
Mel willingly got up and headed for the door to leave.
And once I noticed how weird it was, that's why you saw me get up and I got up and I was talking my shit still, but I got up and I headed towards the door and they're still talking shit to me. So you're still talking your shit. I'm gonna still talk my shit because I don't have to stay anywhere I'm not wanted.
But this wasn't good enough for Myron. He kept following her with the two women who were escorting her out all the way to the elevator, yelling insults.
Do it! Get the fuck out, bro! It's Florida! You stupid! You're a bitch! It's Florida! Get the fuck out of here, bitch! This is Florida!
That's why it got to the point where when you got to the elevator and you get to the hallway scene, he had to figure out, how can I constantly berate her and say something to insult her in order for her to get upset with me, for her to actually get aggressive. And you see, I don't get aggressive until I have to defend myself.
Myron threatened to shoot Mel, telling her that Florida is a stand-your-ground state, a law which he has repeatedly shown he does not understand.
You bitches won't have no motherfucking job after me, nigga.
You ain't gonna sue shit. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
This is Florida.
Okay.
You know the laws
And I
in
grew up
Florida?
in Texas,
This-
bitch. Do you know the
this ain't
laws in
Texas,
general?
You
It's
stupid
not.
fucking
My
retard.
mother
You
is
don't
a
know the
fucking
law.
government
This is
worker.
stand your ground
Okay.
state. Okay?
Yeah,
You
no
stupid
problem.
bitch. You're so
This is
dumb.
what they do to black
67
women.
IQ.
This is what they do to
After another string of insults from Myron, Mel threw what looked like a purse in his direction, and the two female Fresh and Fit employees attacked her, causing an all-out brawl.
your mama, nigga.
You're fat. You're
Your
fat.
mama,
You're
nigga.
fat. You're fat. Bro, what the fuck?
What are you talking about, bitch?
Oh, God. Bro, holy shit, man. Yo, you gotta chill, man. Here's the thing. They can fuck you up. This is Florida.
Yeah,
you dumb
dumb
bitch.
bitch.
As the two other women had Mel restrained, one of the Fresh and Fit employees, I couldn't tell if it was Chris or Mo, was telling the women to take Mel's purse. Icy refused and said she was not going to take her purse.
Yo, get a purse, man. Get a purse. Take a purse, bro. Yo, take a purse. Yo, take a purse. Yo, take a purse, bro.
You gonna take my fucking purse? You bitches gonna take my fucking purse?
Take a purse.
Not take it. Give me my fucking phone and get the fuck up off of me.
I looked back at the stream last night and I remembered, I forgot how much Myron really got angry and up in your face in a really weird way. So, like, what was going through your mind when that started happening, when it started really kicking off?
The entire situation, once I realized what was going on stream, made me feel unsafe. At the moment, yes, I felt unsafe, which is why you see me get up once I noticed what was going on.
To be clear, before any of you leave this comment, after she was repeatedly insulted and physically intimidated by Myron, Mel did make a few potentially violent comments and throw an object in Myron's direction. I'm not here to condone that, but in this video I'm more interested in the recruitment practices and conduct of the Fresh and Fit podcast, a supposed business. Once the fight was over and Mel left the studio, Myron returned to the podcast and shared how humorous he found the whole thing, saying that he should have let the other women beat the fuck out of Mel, something that would have been very unwise.
I'll tell you this, man. Melissa was fucking her ass up, bro. I had to get in there and stop it. And it was funny too, because I was like, bro, I'm saving your life right now, FY. And I broke it up.
Wow.
I got in the middle of there. I should have just let them fuck her up, but I did it. Yo, and here's the thing. It's Florida, bro. They could have just kept fucking her ass up. But nah, man. I was like,
Give me 1 second.
chill.
One second.
Self-defense, bro. Florida's a fantastic state. It's funny. She was talking all that shit. And she was getting her ass whooped. And then I came in and saved her life. It was hilarious.
Is there anything that you think people should understand about the podcast, and like anything that you would say to maybe women who are thinking about going on there?
I would say stay off of the podcast because that podcast is feeding an agenda. Myron and his minions are literally demons. It's meant to make black women look crazy. That's the whole point. So when you're trying to go on that podcast, just like I am in the industry, and you're trying to go for a good reason, whether or not you have a good intention or not, just understand that you are feeding the agenda. Even I fed the agenda unknowingly. You get what I'm saying? But now it's my duty to take accountability and make sure that when I am using my platforms to do what I do, I'm not feeding the agenda. I'm actually bringing women as well as the community and other races awareness.
This is no doubt an incredibly messy situation. A woman was recruited onto Fresh and Fit after hours, arrived at the studio without being told it was Fresh and Fit, found herself in an environment which she says she was completely unprepared for, and became involved in a confrontation which escalated into a physical altercation. To be clear, I am not suggesting that this video is evidence that every woman is recruited onto Fresh and Fit in this way, but what it does show is that at least one woman's messages prior to coming on the show contain no mention of Fresh and Fit, no mention of Myron Gaines, and no indication of the extreme confrontational environment which she was about to walk into. We also looked at a second example where a woman was told it was Fresh and Fit, but that it was simply a podcast about dating and relationships. This is not a large sample size, but it does raise an important question. How many women have been recruited and walked into that studio without being given a proper understanding of what they were walking into? Because if someone knowingly goes onto Fresh and Fit to promote themselves, that is one thing, but if guests are arriving without fully understanding the format, the atmosphere, or the people involved, that is a very different conversation. Before publishing this video, I reached out to Myron Gaines, Walter Weeks, and Aaron Chris Pogson, and offered all three an opportunity to comment. At the time of this recording, I have not received a response. If you have appeared on the show, worked with Fresh and Fit, or have any information that you believe can add to this story, you can reach out to me on Instagram or X. This is an ongoing story, and I would be interested to hear from you.